Good morning, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm late. I was talking to my sister on the phone. Let me close out some of this internet so that I can get a decent video quality. How y'all doing today? I hope y'all having a good Wednesday morning. Good morning, Top Boss. How you doing? Bad Brad, Victoria, Marcel. How y'all doing? Glad to see y'all here. So we having another T-shirt talk Wednesday. Good morning, Jesus. How you doing? Another T-shirt talk Wednesday. Another topic to try to help y'all with this. Let me see. I am messaging back and forth with a customer right now too, y'all. So let me go ahead and take this screenshot real quick and send it. And I'm gonna let a few people come in here, and then we're gonna get started with the combo. What's up, Crypto Miro? How you doing, Crypto Miro? If I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yeah. So what y'all do this weekend? What did y'all do over the weekend? What y'all working on today? Where y'all watching from? Let me know. What's up, DJ Robert Wheeler? What's up, Rye? This $90 shirt order took a $400 deposit. A 90 shirt order. I said $90 shirt order. What's up, Nicole? How you doing? What's up, Rye? Darlene, how y'all doing? What brands? With brand? Oh, I can't even talk. With bands, I made them papers. They take advantage of printers. Oh, with bands. Nicole is in Illinois. What's up? So cute designs. Appreciate you jumping on here. Monica, how you doing? Not just a deposit. I make them pay the whole thing up. Hey, I'm with you. I'm with you, crypto. I'm with you. So, when I started out printing, y'all, I'm telling y'all, I have came a long way from when I started out. I have came so far since when I started out. I'm gonna tell y'all how I started out my business and how I have changed my business when it comes to payments, taking payments. Excuse me. Good morning, Crafty Puerto Rican. How you doing? So cute says yes for a payment. Um, not that much. I'm gonna be washing some screen out. I got some shirts I'm gonna be print. Well, I got some. I'm gonna try to get a video film today, but I got some stuff coming in that I'm gonna be filming videos for. So that's what I'll be doing this week. This week has been a pretty slow week. I've had customers coming in about stuff for next month, but this month, y'all, has been one of my better months this year. This month has been a pretty good month this year. Probably my best month this year because things kind of started off slow this year. This is with everything that's going on in the economy and stuff. And people don't have to have t-shirts. It's like people need them for like events and businesses and stuff like that to advertise and things like that. But people don't just have to have t-shirts. And the way that things started off this year, it did start off pretty slow. So this was probably my best month, and hopefully next month, all these people that's inquiring about ordering shirts, hopefully they'll all come through. I do have some more hot boys, hot girls shirts I will be printing either tomorrow or Friday or maybe both. So that they got another trail ride this weekend, so they continuing to add people. So I'm continuing to print for them. I had a customer that came in yesterday that wanted something I felt was inappropriate on the shirt, and I had to turn them down. So then she was trying to change what she wanted on there, but I don't know. I'm just like, somebody else might print that for you, but I don't know. But let me see. Sharon from Florida, how you doing? Truman, what's up? How you doing? Red, I say Red. Real praise. Good morning. Working on an order for a family reunion. Nicole says hit the like button. Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate that. Nicole, you've been putting some more videos up. Let me know if you've been putting some more videos up because I haven't got any notifications. So, look, I gotta try to push you to do some more. I share you on Twitter. You are awesome. Thank you, Crypto. I appreciate that. Monica from Lafayette, Louisiana. All right, I'm from Manning, Louisiana. John says I always take half up front. I learned the hard way, ordering shirts and then the customer bail on the order. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. Good morning, Joanna. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get started. And if y'all come in, I will go back at the end and read it because I like to acknowledge everybody. I don't want people to feel like I'm ignoring them or anything. So, I like to acknowledge everybody. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get back to the topic so that this video won't be too long because I try to stay on here about 30 minutes with y'all, and then I'm gonna get back to the comments at the end. So don't think I'm ignoring you. Okay, so when I first started out, y'all, and I was talking about this a little bit in the last, in one of the previous lives where I don't feel like I'm like a business person. Like I went when I went to college, my degree is in exercise science, like making exercise programs, like helping people lose weight, helping people gain muscle, reach their goals, like fitness goals and stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that that's kind of my background. And then the first business that I started was a video editing business where I like film weddings, I did music videos, I filmed events for like churches, pretty much for anything like that. But pretty much filming anything. Appreciate that super chat, Jesus. But what I ended up doing when I first started was I was not taking deposits or nothing. I was just like, oh, okay, they want to order these shirts. I didn't have no agreement to sign. I had nothing because I didn't know what I was doing. Just to be honest with you, I did not know what I was doing. So I was doing all this work. I was ordering these shirts and I was doing everything, and I was trusting the people to just pay because I'm an honest person and I will pay if I order something. So that's kind of the way that I started out. So I had a customer. It only took one time. It only took one time. I had a customer, and she came in. She ordered some brown shirts, and it was for I think it was for like a little dance group or something. I can't even remember. It was some little group, and the shirts were for fall. And she ordered brown shirts. Now, that's the only time I have ever printed on brown shirts. But she ordered brown shirts. It was for some kind of fall festival thing that was going on. And she wanted orange ink on the shirts. So when she came, I showed her the ink. I showed her, I was like, this is what it's going to be like. This is the ink I'm going to be using. Because, sometimes people be specific about their colors. So I printed all those shirts, and she didn't like the color. She didn't like how it looked. So she refused to pay. And then she thought that I was going to send her the design so that so that she could go to somebody else and do it. And what I felt like it was is that she might have found a better price or something, or I don't know what it was, but I think she felt she could get the shirts cheaper somewhere else, or she had another plan for them. So after that, I got stuck with all of those brown shirts that I printed. So not only were the shirts brown, and I have never ever had nobody else ever asked for brown shirts, and I've been printing shirts since around 2008 or so. Been in a building since 2009. So I have never had another person ask for brown shirts. She is the only person that has ever asked for brown shirts and then didn't pay. So so with that, I got stuck with all those brown shirts. Couldn't do nothing with them because they were already printed on. Couldn't do nothing with them even if they wouldn't have been printed on because most people don't want brown shirts. So it took that one time, and that was it. So I started at that time taking a deposit. And y'all, I don't remember the exact year that it was, but I probably had not been in business but maybe a couple of years. Maybe a couple of years, maybe 3 years at the most. But now, I've been in an actual physical building since 2009. So y'all can kind of see I've been doing this for a while now. So I was taking deposits, and like the reason I was taking deposits was because I'm like, okay, the deposit should cover the t-shirts and any supplies that I need. And sometimes, I would get a little bit more. Sometimes I would have money left out of the deposit, but the deposit basically covered the t-shirts. When I ordered the t-shirts, and maybe if I had to order some vinyl, because back then I was doing vinyl, a lot of vinyl, before I got into screen printing and stuff. And then when I got into screen print. So I was like, okay, that the deposit will take care of half of the supplies and everything else, and then the rest of the money will be the money that I actually make. So that was why I started. That was why I started taking a deposit, and I used to do 50% of the deposit. So I moved to this building that I'm in now, and then like now you have to pay the full price. It's I do have one business that I will order for, and they're actually my biggest business that I deal with, and I will order for them without him paying a deposit or whatever. But a lot of times he go ahead and pay, but he'll call me and he'll say, hey, this is what I need right here, and I take his order, I write his order down, and I go ahead and order his stuff, because I know I haven't had any issues with him. He's always, if I tell him, he'll be like, and I'll be by there to pay or whatever, because he like to pay in person. Like I send him an invoice, he's still gonna come pay in person. So I don't really worry about him, and he's really the only single one customer that I have that I allow to do that. Every other customer, they have to pay up front. So customers, clients, I'm saying customers, but clients, I feel like are the ones that come back and give you good orders and stuff like that. But I'm just using the word customers. But so when I moved over here to this shop, and some of y'all might be new and don't know that I was in a smaller shop, but y'all can go back and check out some of my older videos to see how that shop was. But when I moved over here, and I was still doing half when I first moved over here, but then whenever the pandemic hit, and then it was kind of hard finding shirts. It was kind of hard. Sometimes you would have to order from multiple different places just to get all the shirts for one order. So after that, I decided, I was like, because I like to change my policies at the beginning of the year. So like right now, if I come up with something and I say, you know what, I'm gonna start doing this, I probably won't, unless it's something that's really needed right away. I probably won't change it like right now. I'll probably wait until the new year to change it, and I'll probably start telling my customers as they coming in, yeah, I'm gonna be making a few changes. So by the time the new year come in, I have the paperwork changed, or the sign up in the front so that they can read it or whatever. So I like to do changes like that at the beginning of the year. Sometimes I will go ahead and change it. Sometimes I will go ahead and make a change if it's something that I feel like can't wait. So let me take a sip real quick, y'all. All right, so when I got over here to this shop and I was taking a deposit, I had a customer that would wait sometimes months before they come pick up their order. So with me taking the deposit, and the deposit pretty much covering the t-shirt and the supplies, sometimes you can, depending on a few different things, sometimes you get more than it, but you getting at least half of that order. But on a lot of orders, you will get more than that. Okay, so I'm sitting here and I'm waiting for people to come pick their orders up just so that I can get the other half of my money. And I done did the work. And like when I print shirts for people, I'm not trying, I try to get them done as quickly as possible. I don't, like if I got to stay here late, I'll go ahead and get it done so that they can pick them up as quickly as possible. And I don't like to end a week having orders that I have to do that I can actually print. Like I'll come in on the weekend and print them so they'll be ready for pickup Monday morning. So I don't like to, if I have work that I can do over the weekend, I go ahead and do it. I don't like to have like 2 or 3 orders that I didn't finish this week and I got to come back. I'll stay late, try to get them done because I try to get everything done as quickly as I can because I don't want to have to turn nobody down. And even if they don't need it for a while, I like to go ahead and get it done. So when I was having to sit here and wait for them to bring the second half of the deposit or payment or whatever, but for more than a month, I can understand, okay, I'm gonna be there this week, but I should not have to wait a week for you to come pay for the rest of it. So um one of the people that I talk to a lot is Bagware Karen. I don't think she's on here today, but she been getting the full amount. So what I started doing was after when the pandemic came and I was having to order from different places, I started requiring the full payment. And it just works out better for me. That way, people that if they don't want to come pick their stuff up for a week or a month or whatever, I already got the full payment and their stuff is just kind of sitting there waiting for them to pick it up. And I just feel like it worked better for me when I do that because I don't have to worry about, if they change their mind or anything like that because the customer does, they have the option to change their mind. But I also have a agreement that say what happens if you change your mind, so it's just a lot that goes into that. But as far as taking deposits, I don't take deposits anymore. You have to pay the whole thing up front because you have the right to change your mind, and I don't want to have to deal with that because a lot of times I'm dealing with one person. So whenever that one person come in here, I never know who the shirts go to. So that one person may be an honest person and want to do the right thing, but it's 50 other people that's included in their group. So unless that person got the money to pay for everybody's shirts, sometimes you can have issues. So I just, I like to get the full amount up front. I don't like to do the deposit thing anymore because I'm trying to do the shirts as quickly as I can and get them to you as quickly as I. And then sometimes you have people that come and they want shirts right away, but they don't want to pay, or they think you're supposed to wait for them to pay. Now, when I order the t-shirts from the companies, you can put it on credit and pay for it later, but I don't like to do that. I like to go ahead and pay for it right away. So like if I go ahead and I take the full deposit, I already got the money to pay for those shirts, so I go ahead and pay for them instead of making a bill or putting it on my tab and then paying it the next month or within the 30 days or whatever. I don't like to do that. I like to go ahead and pay for it all up front. So by taking the full amount instead of taking a deposit, that way you don't have to worry about somebody changing their mind. Some people in the group didn't pay and you don't printed these shirts, or trying to get these shirts from the company and pay for it in 30 days. I like to go ahead and just pay for it and not make unnecessary bills. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the comments. Let me see and see what y'all saying. Yeah, John said I always take half up front. I learned the hard way, ordering shirts and then customers bailed on the. Yep, they will. They have the option to change their mind, and that it only took one time for me to have that issue. Excuse me. Jesus says I never charge up front. Have you ever had any issues with anybody, Jesus, not charging up front? And sometimes, like when you're printing for stuff like schools and stuff, sometimes you do have to wait to get that payment. But I like to get that payment. You know how, I don't know if y'all if y'all see the exchange when you have, it's like, okay, we trade. Okay, we're gonna do this at the same time. I'm gonna hand you this and you're gonna hand me that. That's how I like to do with the schools. But I have had a couple schools that have mailed the check and I have had to wait for it. But especially when it's like groups of people and stuff like that, I like to go ahead and do it. Joe says, my husband told me about your videos. I'm sorry for your loss, Miss Joe. Is that Miss J? or Miss Annabelle. I I'm sorry for your loss, and I will be praying for you. I'll be praying for you about that. Let me see. Beth says I take a deposit, and sometimes I have to supply the shirts. People a trip. Yeah, so I like to supply the shirts. I like to supply the shirts. I don't like for them to bring the shirt. I don't like for them to bring shirts because I have had issues with that. And then sometimes depending on the shirts that they bring, because I do screen printing, especially with the screen print, like with embroidery, I don't mind them bringing stuff, but especially with screen printing, I don't like to have just any shirt because sometimes those shirts are too thin, or it could be different issues when you're screen printing because they have to be able to withstand heat. Beth says I take deposits, and okay, I just read that. Let me see. What's up, Flex? How you doing? Did you get my box too? You said, did I get your box too? I'm not sure what you mean. Your box too. I don't know what you're talking about, Jesus. Let me see. Crypto says been there, done that. What's up, Miss D? How you doing? Darlene says yes, always get a deposit. Crypto says thank you for, doggone it, it jumped up. Thank you for, where's it at? It jumped up the comments. I guess I'm reading too slow. Thank you for sharing your story. It's hard to talk about other printers here. Jesus says at least the material. Monica says wow. Jesus says 40 people watching, only 19 likes. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, y'all. Y'all know your girl be bringing the real to y'all and letting y'all know the real, my real experiences. I show my real first of things on here. Dimps, what's up, Dimps? How you doing? Baby Giant says good morning. Good morning, Baby Giant. Let me see. Ross says, yep, I always take payments in full except my corporate accounts. Yep, and like some of those I take in full. Like I only got one customer that I don't, and sometimes you have to do that with the schools. Or some companies um like small businesses, a lot of small businesses I deal with, they pay up front, but like some of the schools they only pay, they do it the way that they do it. But I'm just like, okay, here, we're going to do this at the same time. All right, Joanne. Joanna, appreciate you jumping on here. Crypto says the pandemic killed the industry. Here, we lost sports for 2 years, and China is pricing us out. Yeah, the pandemic did kind of mess things up because I'm telling you, this year was a crazy year. It started off kind of slow for me, and I just need things to pick up. I mean, it's better, and this was probably my best month so far, but it just ain't like how it was or how it should be. Jesus says, I live in a super small town, so I trust everyone. Never ask for a deposit. Look, I'm telling you, I started out like that. It only took one. It only took one, Jesus. I live in a small town also. And I didn't I'm telling you, I had no problems that one person messed it up for everybody. The one person messed it up for everybody. So after that, I was done. Top Boss says, I had a person who not come till a month after. Yep, that's a thing to do too. Like, okay, it's a storage fee. It's a storage fee now. I'm this stuff in the way. And I had a customer one time when I was accepting deposits at this time, and I had a customer, and she was getting shirts. Like every year they do something for her son who had passed when he was I think he was in high school when he passed. So every year they do like a memorial thing for him. So I would print those shirts, and I had been doing the shirts for a few years. I had done them maybe 2 or 3 times, and then she came and she ordered the shirts, and she did. She was like short, and she was like, "Well, these people did." Well, I don't know those people. All I know is you. And she came in there, and this woman cursed me out, y'all. This woman cursed me out, and the lady that had brought her there was like apologizing and was like, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry," because this lady was up in here acting crazy with me, but she didn't leave with them shirts. She didn't leave with those shirts. I told her, I ended up taking the shirts to her so that I could get some more of my money, but I still ended up keeping like 2 or 3 shirts that I wasn't able to sell, you know. So you always deal with that issue if you don't, I have an agreement that they signed that say that you can't take nothing off of here unless it's fully paid for. It's got to be fully paid for. Victoria says, did anyone use AJ Blank shirts? I have never used AJ Blank shirts. What's up, Rhonda? How you doing? Hey, I agree with that. I agree with that. Rod says you can't go to McDonald's and pay half for the food. Always say, yep, I agree with that. And I be thinking about that. A lot of times when people come and they're like, "Do I need to pay now?" Yes, you do. I can't get nothing without go ahead and pay. Like I don't have nowhere. I mean, with those the t-shirt companies that I order from, you can put it on your tab and pay it, but why do that when I'm not ordering this for me? Now, if I'm ordering it for myself, I might use it credit card or put it on tab. But if I'm getting it for you, you ought to be paying for it. So I don't want to take half. I want the full thing. That way I can go ahead and pay for the t-shirts, and then I got my part of it, my profit from that order already too. Let me see. Real Praise says good info. Thank you. You welcome. You welcome. Crafty Puerto Rican says I charge upfront payments, but most of my customers do offer payments upfront. Yeah, and when if they're ordering, if they're serious about it, they shouldn't have no problem with go ahead and paying for it. Because like if I go somewhere, even if the price is higher than I want to pay, if I really want that, I'm gonna go ahead and pay for it. Let me see. Uh, Let me see what he's talking about. It says Scotch Guard is also possible when you take the. I don't know what you're talking about, Brad. I don't know what you're talking about. You say I sent you a box to the address on YouTube with 130. I might not have got it yet. When did you send it? Because I haven't got anything that I don't know of, don't know what it is. Did it say that it arrived? Because I don't have the last box I got, what was it? It was something from Marcel, from One Virtuous Woman. That was the last package that I got. I'm expecting some stuff right now, but no, I have not got it yet. I don't know if it says delivered or not. Tell we husband I said good morning. Let me see. What's up, Jewel? Jewel says I get deposits, but 85% of my customers just pay in full because they want to and try to prioritize it. Yeah, that's another thing too. Hey, the faster you pay, the faster I can get your order done. That's my motto. The faster you pay, the faster I can get your order done. If you go ahead and pay, I don't mind staying up. But if you have not paid, then I'm not even gonna start working on your design yet. Rhonda says I have a family and friend order shirts, and then when I tell them how much it's going to cost, they ask for a deposit. Then they want to change their mind. Yep, that's the thing right there. I like to go on and tell them, hey, this how much it's gonna be. And a lot of times they save both of us time. They save them time from trying to order stuff that they don't know if the other people in the group is gonna pay for, and it saved me time from having to even start working on those designs if they haven't paid for it. Brad says sometimes blanks from. Yep, yep. That my bad. I didn't realize what you was talking about earlier. Yep, it do. Like some of the stuff, it do have like a coating or something on it, and sometimes it's hard to print. Y'all, can y'all tell the difference? Y'all, I done changed my lighting up in here, y'all. I changed my lighting up in here. Like in throughout my whole shop, I have changed the lighting. Hopefully y'all be seeing it in some of the other videos, so I don't have to use. Hopefully, I won't have to use the light that I was using on my camera, the little ring light. Jude says, I had someone who is part of my sisterhood place an order, a custom order, and trusted her to pay when I called for the payment so I can ship. She keeps having excuses. Hey, look, that's it right there. That's it right there. That's the exact reason why you want to take the full payment up front. You want to get that full payment up front if you can. Let me see. Victoria says, I want to continue my sewing. Do you think I should charge people to do their body measurements too? I don't know. It just kind of depends on it. What you can do is maybe add that price in there. That way you won't have to be like, okay, I'm charging to do your body measurements. But I don't know. That's kind of because that is if you're sewing something custom for somebody. I don't know how to sew, but I'm taking it that doing their body measurements is kind of a requirement. So maybe you should add that price in there to, with the sewing. You might just bring the whole thing up because if I don't know. I just think about customers that be trying to be cheap and they like, you know what? I got my body measurements already, and they give it to you, and you sew it using their measurements, and it's wrong, and it don't come out, or they can't fit it, or whatever. So I think that should be, maybe you should add that in there with your price, and that way you don't have to. You're charging for it, but you're not having to say, hey, I'm a charge for your body measurement because that is taking up time. You know, that's taking up your time. It's got to be done correctly. You can't just be like, hey, I mean, some people might can do their own body measurements, but you may not be able to trust their measurements. Okay, Jesus. All right. What company is coming through? Because the mailman should run. Well, I don't know. I got a new mail person. Y'all, my regular mail lady, her husband said she ain't have to work no more, so she ain't working. But I got a new person, but they should have been through. I'll have to check if it's something that can fit in my mailbox because they might have just stuck it in there. Jules says never again. Good morning, Domain. How you doing? Okay, UPS should come before noon unless my old driver is there. If that old driver is there, ain't no telling what time it'll come. He might drop it off somewhere else. He hard to deal with. And I saw the UPS truck come through here late yesterday, so he might have been driving. I didn't see who was driving though. So hopefully they'll come through at a time while I'm still here before 5 o'clock. UPS is about to. Yeah, I heard that too. So this month, they're supposed to go through this month, is what I heard. So I guess I'll be using USPS after this month. But yeah, that's all I got. If y'all got any questions or anything, y'all can let me know. Um, just I don't even know. I'm sorry, I'm reading something else. But yeah, if y'all got any questions or comments before I jump off here, let me know because I'm about 5 minutes over. I know they do here too. Well, that my person that I used to have, she was pretty good, but I don't like having to go to the post office. Victoria says I need a sewing logo. I had a person that drew my logo for me. His name is what is his name? Creative Soul. He's on it's two creative souls. One is a Caucasian lady. The person who drew mine is a African American man. So he's from Virginia, but he's on Instagram. You can contact him on there if you interested in the like a logo like my logo, like the t-shirt chick logo. But y'all, I'm thirsty and I gotta turn this air up some because I'm getting hot. But I'm gonna go ahead. I appreciate y'all joining me. I'm gonna try to have a video for y'all or something out for y'all for Friday. If not, I will definitely have something for Monday. And every Wednesday at 9:35 a.m. Central Time, I will be going live. And thank you, Victoria. And I will be going live every Wednesday, 9:35. And we're gonna do these little t-shirt talks where we kind of talk about some different topics. And if y'all got requests for topics or things y'all want to talk about or know more about, y'all leave it in the comment section of this video. Like after this video is over, come back and leave it as a comment. And I do my best to read all the comments. So, if y'all got any topics or anything, let me know. And we can talk about some of those things too. Because I do have a bunch of topics. And some of the stuff that I want to talk about may not be stuff that interests y'all. Because, I've been doing this for a while. And there may be some new people on here that would like to talk about something different. Something that I might not even be thinking people need help with. So, y'all kind of let me know. If y'all got any ideas for topics, let me know. Just come back after this video is ended and leave it as a comment. Well, I appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all in the next episode. But until then, y'all be blessed.